Hello, Facebook. Today I'm going live doing my business tips, and we're talking all things niche down or not niche down for your online business. I am going to hit, whatchamacallit, I'm going to hit live on Instagram really quick. I just get really nervous for that. Whatever. Let me hit live over here. Am I on live? Yeah, I think so. Okay, it's connecting on Instagram. All right. Hey, Instagram. I am doing my social media tips today. We're talking all things niche or not niche. So I'm on Instagram, I'm on my Facebook page, my Facebook group, and on my YouTube channel. So if you're watching live, please drop a hello. Let me know where you're tuning in from. If you're watching later in the replay, let me know where you're tuning in from, regardless. And I am tuning in from a big city here in Arizona. It's partly cloudy today. It's going to start warming up. It's been a little bit cooler. It was raining yesterday, and we have been enjoying the weather because it's going to get a little bit warmer now. So, how's your weather where you're at? So, if you're in the online space, I would love to know what industry you're in, not per se the company name, but like, are you beauty? Or are you CBD oil, health and wellness? Like, what is it that you do? So, this is a topic that I honestly still am thinking about, kind of perhaps struggle in trying to go my decision making. And I'll tell you a little bit of story on that regarding, do you niche down for your social selling business or not? So, if that's an interest, keep watching. When you get value on YouTube, like the video, subscribe to the channel. And when I started in this online space, when I started in this online space as a social seller, it was really about what they called attraction marketing, curiosity marketing, trying to lure people in and pulling them in into your product, service, or offer. And I really feel in a way that I kind of went away from that. I used to be a really bad spammer. That was years ago when I first started. And I still think that there is a time and place to go ahead and say what your opportunity business is, what the value you give to your audience, stuff like that. But I also think that, in a sense, we should, my opinion, still do perhaps a little bit of the curiosity marketing so people can be intrigued by what you do. So, how do you do that? So, I follow various people on Instagram who give information regarding, do you niche down or not niche down? Some people say that if you niche down narrow enough, then you will find your true tribe faster, and you'll attract more people versus being so broad. And I do believe that, in a sense, where if you're someone who shows perhaps a lot of different things that are not relatable, so maybe you do, and off my head, if you did like cooking, makeup, I don't know, gardening, I don't know, just different things that maybe not are in a circle with each other. Perhaps that can be confusing when someone was, why should I follow them? You might think, well, I have all these areas for people to be interested in me. They might follow me for a certain thing. One thing though is, perhaps, let's say you are in the beauty field and later on you change your business and maybe you go health and wellness route. If someone was following you for your beauty tips and you no longer do that, then they may not follow you no longer. So if you present yourself in a way, of another way to lure people in, really is like you are, I used to call it self branding, or just really showing who you are. Brand yourself in a way that people know what you're about. So you got to ask your question. The question is like, who are you? What are you about? What do you want to stand for? And what do you want to be known about? That is what my first mentor of attraction marketing always told us in the beginning. So it's kind of like this mapping little thing I used to do. Like, you have that little, back when you were in school, that little diagram, a circle of what your main thing is. What is your main focus? And then branch out to at least 3 to 5, what I call buckets or pillars. So I'm still debating, should I niche down for my business? Now, if you don't know, I am in the beauty space, and I do circle around a few main products that I have, and then I circle around that, and then I like to also show business tips, right? That's what I like to do, because I know other people in social selling may struggle as well. So, like, I try to pay it forward what I have learned and what isn't working or may work for me, and I like to pay it forward to you. So, one thing that I recently was on a training a few weeks ago, really you want to be more authentic and tell your story in a way to find your tribe. So when I talked about what I hold back on, like my professional development and the self-development journey of restarting your life, and even though my children are older, I don't talk always about the aftermath of starting over after divorce, rebuilding yourself, getting yourself back into really having to be the breadwinner, and that journey of what I did. Like, I don't talk about that enough. And I think that the mentor said that's kind of where you need to focus. Like, that should be your main key point to get people who, someone who may be struggling the way you are, what you used to struggle in, and then steps of what you did to overcome, and how did you work that, like how did you become your better self, is what I say to myself. Like, okay, well, what did I do? So when you think about who should you niche down, you should niche. You shouldn't do anything you don't want to, but I encourage you to niche down enough for you to say your main person that you should talk to is basically your old version of your old self. Now, I've said this before, not the old version of me 20 years ago, because that was a really broken stage of my life. Perhaps the old version of myself 10 years ago, where I was in that healing journey and really trying to figure things out, like that too, I want to talk to, and thinking about what did I struggle with. And what my main struggle was, I was starting life over in a better mindset and doing things to help for me from the future for me and my family. So that could be my niche. And I think that that's kind of the direction I'm going, in a sense, to say, um, rebuilding, starting over, like things to really work on yourself to make that goal. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a business goal, it could be a personal goal, it could be a health goal, whatever it is that you're wanting. So think about, what is a topic? This is very simple. I heard the other day is like, what is a topic that you just love to talk about? What is something that you just love to talk about and you'll never get tired about talking about it? And then you share it over and over in a different way. You share it through written content, you share it through a live video, you share it through a reel. But it's the same circle of information that your main topic is. And then you can probably have two little other pillars within yourself of what you talk about. And my opinion, I don't know what people might say on this, is I don't think that um you can niche down very, very, very specific. But I also think that it's okay for you to share your product or service or opportunity within that circle realm. In my opinion, I don't think that you can just share that value, your main topic, if it's starting over, if it's business tips, whatever it may be, and that's all you share and share and share. Sure, you can do that, but you still want your audience to get to know who you are. Like, okay, well, she's a business owner and does business tips, or she just talks about starting over, but what else about her or him? Okay, so that's why I feel like it's okay to have at least 3 to 5 pillars, but your main pillar is this whole niche down area, and then still talking about you and what you're about, because people want to know who you are. So I really think that yes, you can niche down, go for it. Still talk about a few other things so people get to know you in a different variety of ways, or not niche down and still give value, but don't have your pillars be so broad so people don't know what you really are. Kind of hopefully they overlap. So when I do the activity for myself, because I always try to think about, okay, what are my content pillars when I'm trying to do something over? I like to do motivation, like it's one thing I like to do, motivation, inspiration. I like to do business tips. I like to do beauty tips. I like to share about the opportunity that I present. And then whatever other else comes to my mind, I can't think of it right now. So I encourage you to think about who your audience is. First of all, know your audience, what I used to know as target audience, your ideal client. Who are they? That is the most first important thing. Who they are, write that down. Okay, so then you know who you're talking to and what are their pain points, what are their struggles, and then you create your content around that. Now, it could be one area of niche if that's all you want to focus on, if that's easier for you to create your content, or you can have at least 3 to 5 different pillars that relate together, your little buckets, for you to present yourself in a more way, if just not just that one thing, you have other things that people will follow you on. Now, I don't say, when I say yes, present your product information or your services, you don't want to just be hey, this is on sale and I have this. You want to present it in a way where you're still giving education, entertainment, or inspiration, okay, around that product that you may have. So you still want to lure someone in and not give everything away. Perhaps if you're giving education on why to use a certain product, how to use it, how it has given you confidence. So think about it that way before you just put that, no longer using graphic pictures of your products in 2023 is not what we're doing no longer. So if you need help with your ideal client activity, I have a free PDF that on Instagram. It is my link in my bio for you here on Facebook. It's also the link in the bio, or I'll put the link in the comments for you to create your customer avatar, your ideal client, so you know who to work with, who you're going to talk to. And if you need a step further on content ideas, how to plan, I also have a 30-day free calendar content idea that just gives you ideas. They're not copy and paste, they're just kind of idea topics for you to create around, for you to show up and not have a reason not to show up. Within 21 to 27 days, when you make something when you keep doing something over and over, within 21 to 27 days, I believe, it becomes a habit for you where you just keep going and doing it. So that's all I have today. I hope this gives you value. If you got value, please put value below wherever you're seeing this video. God willing, on Thursdays, I go and do business tips. On every other week on YouTube, I share a social media strategies video for social sellers as well on my YouTube channel. So if you're not there, subscribe there. There's oldie but goodies videos on there. You want to make sure you go to videos that are pre-loaded that I do every other week. And then the live videos that you might miss when I go live with StreamYard, they're under the live area. Okay, so anyways, friend, that's all I have. Take care. Have a great week. I'm enjoying my spring break that has gone too fast this week. That's all I have. Take care. God bless. Bye-bye.